There's one move that could completely shift the trajectory of Alexa Bliss's career, but whether it would be a positive or negative change is up for debate. That's what we're looking into here. Alexa Bliss made her return to in-ring competition earlier this year at the 2025 Royal Rumble after being away for 2 years. And since that return, she's been a consistent presence on WWE programming. In recent weeks, she's formed an alliance of convenience with Charlotte Flair. The two of them recently captured the Women's Tag Team Championships at SummerSlam, defeating Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. This pairing has sparked interest because Alexa seems to finally be receiving the kind of push many have felt she's deserved for a long time. Her comeback wasn't without complications. Before the Royal Rumble, there were months of delays in her return caused by disagreements between WWE and Bliss over contract terms. Alexa, through her agent and representatives, pushed for a new deal and more money, while WWE argued that she had been gone for 2 years but was still under contract, and they had continued paying her. They wanted her to honor that agreement. This standoff nearly caused her to miss the Rumble entirely, but eventually, a deal was reached, and she returned to the ring. Surprisingly, after the excitement of her comeback, WWE didn't immediately make heavy use of her. She had a match in the Elimination Chamber, but beyond that, her appearances were sporadic, and she wasn't given a prominent storyline. She didn't even compete at WrestleMania, which many saw as a missed opportunity. Since then, however, WWE has been integrating her more into storylines. She's been appearing in vignettes, delivering promos, competing in matches, and generally getting more screen time. The partnership with Charlotte Flair has been one of the most engaging runs Alexa has had from a storytelling perspective in a long time. Fans are responding to it, but there's a question looming: where is this all leading? Before forming the team, WWE teased tension between the two, hinting at a possible feud. They seem to be setting up a rivalry where both women weren't entirely on the same page. Now they're tag team champions, but the friction still lingers beneath the surface, making it clear that the alliance might not last forever. In a recent interview with Netflix, Alexa was asked which opponent she'd most like to face again. She named Charlotte Flair, her current partner, explaining that she enjoyed their previous matches together. This answer only added to the speculation that the tag team might eventually implode, leading to a high-profile singles feud between them. Such a feud could be a huge opportunity for Alexa, and here's why. First, it would put her in a marquee program, which is essential for keeping her momentum, while her pairing with Charlotte has boosted her credibility. Having Charlotte as a direct opponent could push her even further into the spotlight. Alexa already has a loyal fan base and a reputation as a former multiple-time women's champion, but without the right rival and storyline, even the most talented wrestlers can fade into the background. Working with someone as established as Charlotte helps cement her as a serious player in the division. If this eventual feud were to result in Alexa defeating Charlotte, it could be a game-changing moment. It would remind fans exactly who Alexa Bliss is, someone who has been at the top, held championships, and should be taken seriously as a main event threat. That kind of win could propel her to the next level in her return run. However, there's a flip side. If WWE books Charlotte to beat Alexa, it could stall the progress Bliss has made since coming back. While simply being in a feud with Charlotte is valuable because of the attention it brings, losing to her in the wrong way could hurt Alexa's momentum. Charlotte has a history in which beating her doesn't always elevate her opponents. It's not impossible to come out of a loss looking like a bigger star. It happens all the time in wrestling, but it depends heavily on how the loss is presented. If Alexa is booked to look strong and competitive, even in defeat, she can still come out of the feud better than she went in. If, however, the booking undermines her credibility, it could undo months of rebuilding. WWE would have to be deliberate about how they handle the feud, when they time the turn, and what each woman's direction is afterward. The potential storyline writes itself. Let Alexa and Charlotte continue as this frenemies tag team. Let them have a solid run as champions, showing that they can work together despite their differences. Slowly build tension until Charlotte turns heel on Alexa, sparking a feud. That seems like the most logical and exciting path, and it would play to both women's strengths. Charlotte has often said she enjoys portraying a pure, straight-laced babyface, and that's what we're seeing from her right now. However, many would argue, and with good reason, that Charlotte shines brightest as a heel. Alexa, on the other hand, is currently portrayed as a lovable babyface, and she plays the role well. But looking back at her career, most of her championship wins and career highlights have come while she was working as a heel. She's an excellent antagonist, using her cunning and attitude to get under opponents' skin, while WWE may be keeping her as a face partly because of the popularity of her Lily doll merchandise. The truth is, Lily would still sell even if Alexa went back to being a heel. Fans who buy merchandise often do so regardless of a wrestler's alignment, as long as the character is entertaining and relevant. The question is how WWE would decide to handle the alignment if the feud happens. They could make Alexa the heel and Charlotte the babyface, but flipping that dynamic could actually produce a more compelling storyline. Charlotte's history as a dominant, arrogant heel would give Alexa, as a fighting underdog, a perfect foil. Conversely, Alexa as the heel could bring back the ruthless, manipulative side of her character that many fans enjoyed, especially during her championship reigns. Either setup could work, but the choice would have a big impact on how the feud plays out and who benefits most from it. One of the key factors in all of this is timing. Right now, both women are benefiting from the tag team run. It's giving Alexa valuable TV time and positioning her in a high-profile role. It's also giving Charlotte a chance to work in a slightly different capacity while still staying near the top of the division. If WWE pulls the trigger too soon on the split, they risk cutting short the chemistry and momentum the team has built. On the other hand, waiting too long could cause the storyline to lose steam. Ideally, the split should come after a successful title run and a few months of subtle tension building, so that when it happens, it feels inevitable and exciting. If booked well, the feud could deliver some of the best matches and promos of Alexa's career. Both women are experienced on the microphone and know how to tell a story in the ring. The contrast in their styles, Charlotte's athletic, powerful offense and Alexa's cunning, opportunistic approach, would make for compelling matches. Add in the history they've shared, from being rivals to reluctant partners, and you have all the ingredients for a memorable program. The risk, of course, lies in the outcome. If WWE wants Alexa to come out of this feud looking like a bigger star, they'll need to protect her even if she loses. Strong booking, competitive matches, and a clear post-feud direction would be essential. Without that, she could easily fall back into the limbo she was in after her initial return, where she wasn't featured prominently despite being one of the most recognizable women on the roster. At its best, this could be the feud that cements Alexa Bliss's second act in WWE as a major success. At its worst, it could be a missed opportunity that stalls her momentum just as she's getting back into the spotlight. For now, the partnership with Charlotte is working, the tag team titles add prestige to their pairing, and the slow build toward a split keeps fans invested. The challenge for WWE will be in managing the transition from partners to opponents in a way that elevates both women, but especially Alexa, whose career could benefit enormously from a well-executed program with Charlotte Flair. Whether Alexa comes out as the underdog babyface overcoming Charlotte's arrogance or the cunning heel outsmarting her partner, the key will be making sure the story maximizes her strengths. With the right booking, this could be a defining moment in her career, a chance to remind everyone exactly why she's been one of WWE's top women for years and to set the stage for even bigger things to come.